years. And everyone feels very fortunate to be here in Vermont, and that's why when something like this happens, it seems like a big deal. But if something like this happened in different communities in America, I don't think it will be of the same magnitude as it is here.
Now, area faith leaders tell NBC5 News they're working together with the community to show support. They say there's going to be a group gathering here Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. Live in Colchester, Renee Wunderlich, NBC5 News.
Thank you. An Ausable Forks woman is in jail tonight, charged in connection with the death of her 2-year-old son earlier this year. Officials say 21-year-old Patricia Giddings was arrested earlier today on a felony charge of negligent homicide. Police say the toddler, Elliot James Elvidge, was found unresponsive at his home back in August. Giddings was sent to Clinton County Jail on $50,000 bail.
A North Country business is a total loss tonight after being destroyed by a fire. Crews from multiple departments were called to B&B Salvage in Chazy around 4:30 this afternoon. They found the building engulfed in flames. Officials say it was a worker who first noticed the building was filled with smoke. Crews worked to contain the fire for more than an hour. We're told nobody was hurt in this fire. The Chazy Fire Department chief says he was happy with their response.
It was a hectic at the beginning, but we, like I said, with the mutual aid, we never lost water, so we did a pretty good job considering what we were given.
Route 9 northbound was closed to traffic while crews were putting out this fire. It has since reopened.
The search is on for a new leader of the Plattsburgh Police Department as the current one is stepping down. Chief Desmond Rasico announced today that he will be retiring from his post effective January 11th. He started with the department back in 1989 and then in 2003 became the youngest person in its history to be promoted to chief. Chief Rasico says his biggest accomplishment was hiring the dedicated men and women who make up the force. In June 2015, the chief was on the front lines of the search for prisoners Richard Matt and David Sweat after they broke out of Clinton Correctional. And through everything, Rasico says the thing he will miss the most are the people.
My legacy would probably be that I hope the officers know that I've always tried my best, to make sure they had the best training, the proper equipment to keep them safe so they could go out there and then in their legacy serve the city.
Rasico is retiring from the force to take a job as a senior public safety advisor for Cisco Public Safety and Defense.
New tonight, the voters have spoken and Town of Essex residents have decided not to merge their Parks and Recreation Department with the Village of Essex Junction. And they did so by a large margin, despite the fact that a majority of voters in Essex Junction said yes to the measure. It would have created an independent recreational district. Last week, town officials said they supported the merger, but some residents raised concern that the merger would increase town taxes. Let's turn to the weather now. It was absolutely beautiful and it was sunny today. Outside this morning, enjoying the warmth. That's going to change.
That is going to change. It was a little bit warmer today than it has been.
It was.
In about a week or so. Topped out at 39 or so. Yeah. And the sun did not hurt at all. Wind right along the lakeshore down at Echo. Ooh, that was a little bit chilly. Now, we've got a little light snow going on now. We've got snow in the forecast, kind of an on again, off again thing that's going to be happening. It looks like actually for days around here. Come into Rutland County, down into Bennington County, the snow is coming down. So Rutland itself, yeah, a little bit there. And then as you come on down toward, say, Wallingford, we've got some action. Mount Tabor, down to North Dorset, and even into Manchester. Just be aware. I mean, it's light stuff, and it's going to kind of come and go, I think, for you guys. Up in the St. Lawrence Valley, hey, look at this. We've got some snow coming down as well, right around Messina, heading toward Akwesasne here, and also Canton and Potsdam. And then you widen out here, we've got more on the way. We've got a series of fronts that will go through. So, yep, some snow showers, and it's going to get a lot colder, lickety-split. We'll tell you all about it. First alert weather coming your way in just a few minutes here.
Thank you, Tom. A citizen group rallied in Barre today calling for, quote, jail time for a horse killer. Beloved quarter horse Bunny was found dead October 5th in the grassy yard where she grazed in Barre. Police discovered an arrow stuck in her side fired by a passerby overnight. They later arrested 21-year-old Quentin Clayton on aggravated animal cruelty, among other charges. Today, citizens staged a rally at the courthouse where Clayton's case was scheduled for a hearing, demanding he be held accountable.
There's a lot of animal cruelty that happens in Vermont, and I think that we need to bring awareness to it.
This was a sadistic act, and this horse suffered terribly. And there is jail time under the animal cruelty law. We'd like to see a judge use it. We do not want probation.
Clayton remains free on a $10,000 bond. Prosecutors say he has already violated several conditions of his release. He's due back in court in May. A Milton man pled not guilty to gross negligent operation with death resulting after his girlfriend died in a September car crash. 20-year-old Ryan Wooster entered that plea in a St. Albans court today. His girlfriend, Cassandra Viennes, was the passenger in that car when it crashed on Bronson Road back in September. Tests confirmed Wooster had alcohol and THC in his blood. The judge imposed a 6 p.m. curfew and to have no contact with the victim's family. Wooster is expected back in court next month.
2 young hikers are recovering tonight after they spent 2 days in the Adirondack High Peaks lost. Rangers and a state police aviation unit found the couple on Algonquin Peak, which is about 10 miles south of Lake Placid. Officials say a dispatcher got a call Sunday evening from family. They hadn't heard from the hikers since about noon that day. Rangers and state troopers searched through deep snow and below freezing temperatures. Both of those hikers had hypothermia, but they are getting better tonight.
Vermont Governor-elect Phil Scott announced 2 more cabinet picks for his new administration today. Julie Moore will be Secretary of Natural Resources. She's a familiar face in Montpelier, having worked for the agency under former Governor Jim Douglas. Moore also headed the Lake Champlain cleanup efforts. Scott also tapped former U.S. Attorney for Vermont Tom Anderson to be the new Commissioner of Public Safety. Anderson will oversee the state police, the crime lab, and emergency management.
A gas station utilizing clean energy. Believe it or not, one in Vermont is actually doing that. Its convenience store and gas station, Pump and Pantry, just maxed out a portion of its roof with 200 solar panels. Vermont's SunCommon installed those panels, calling the business a trailblazer because it is the first gas station that the solar energy company has ever worked with. Pump and Pantry's owner says his electricity bill grew after expanding the business last year. He says the new solar panels will cut those costs in half.
You know, as a gas station, obviously we sell a lot of fossil fuels, but we think it's nice to be able to offset some of that by using solar power to power our gas pumps.
SunCommon says the gas station is also one of the first small businesses the company has worked with in the state.
I thought of my whole entire family and I thought, I'm not going to die this way. I can't die this way.
Frozen Pond Rescue.
How a quick-thinking kid was able to take action, saving both his mom's and his dog's life. Tom.
Boy, that's good to hear. Hey, it's going to get really cold around here, so we are going to see more things freezing up. We'll tell you all about it in your first alert weather coming your way. Just a couple of minutes here.
And a competition underway to make one town the prettiest in all of Vermont this holiday season. Coming up new at 11, NBC5's Abby Isaacs brings us to Swanton for a very unique decorating competition.
Time now to check out what's trending at 10 on social media.
That's right. One of HGTV's most popular couples have reportedly split after 7 years of marriage. My mom is not going to like this. Tarek and Christina El Moussa are the stars of hit TV show Flip or Flop. Tom doesn't like it either.
Yep.
And have 2 kids together. In a statement to People magazine, the couple recalled what they say was a misunderstanding 6 months ago, resulting in police actually responding to their home. They claim it was out of, quote, an abundance of caution. The pair says they plan to continue working together professionally while they evaluate their marriage.
Tell her that the police said she needs to come back to the shore.
Oh, you're such a pro.
The police say you need to come back to the shore.
The brave actions of an 8-year-old boy in Illinois saved 2 lives. The boy calling 911 over the weekend when his mom fell into a frozen pond while desperately trying to save the family dog. The boy yelling out instructions from dispatchers as his mom and his best friend tried coming ashore with the rescue crews on the scene to help. Both were rescued, pulled safely ashore, and both are now okay.
Amazing. Well, how about a daily dose of cute right now? Taronga Zoo in Sydney, Australia welcomes its largest litter of meerkats ever. It's the little Timons of the world. The animals normally give birth to 3 or 4 pups, but this time 6 playful pups were born. They are so cute. They were born last month and are now beginning to venture outside their nest to explore. That's so cute. I always kind of identified with Timon.
I always hated when really cute things came on just before my segment.
Oh, why? Because you...
Because I can't live up to it. That's why.
Oh, you don't have an adorable forecast for us?
Well, no, I don't. I've got a lousy forecast.
Yeah.
It's going to get pretty cold around here. That's going to be the big thing. In fact, let's start out with some weather headlines, give you an idea of what to expect. We'll give you an overview here, and then we'll kind of take you through this thing. Snow showers. We're going to see some of those overnight tonight, and what's going to happen over time here is we're going to find some lake effect snow start kicking in from Lake Ontario. That will affect a bunch of us, especially in northern New York, and it's going to turn a lot colder around here. Current temperatures, we're in the 20s, and most of us in the 30s right now. 35 Burlington, 31 degrees Plattsburgh. We're in the 20s, though, in Saranac Lake. We've got a 29 right now in Keene, but in Lebanon, it is 34 degrees. Storm tracker, let me show you what's going on here. If you come on down to the south, we're finding some snow. Not a ton of it, but we're seeing some right along Route 7 here. And a little bit snowy around Rutland. You could follow 7 right on down toward Manchester, eventually into Bennington. This stuff trying to move off to the east. It's happening slowly, but surely. A little bit over toward Keene, Cheshire County there. And then we come to the north, and we're finding a little snow just making its way into the St. Lawrence Valley. And you got it. Eventually, it's going to make its way to Route 11, where you guys there need it like a hole in the head, because that road is tough to drive on when it's snowing. We'll widen out a little bit more. And we're looking at a situation where we've got some snow showers out there because of a cold front that is coming on through. We'll catch a break, and then we're going to find more snow showers around. And a lot of what happens by tomorrow afternoon is going to be lake effect snow. Now, I want to give you a heads up. Southern St. Lawrence County in northern New York under a lake snow advisory, looking for anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow there. The rest of us will see less than that, and that is because of this setup for lake effect snow. Now, back in the Champlain Valley, first thing tomorrow morning, I think we'll find a little bit of sunshine. It's clouding up by lunchtime, and then maybe a snow shower by later in the afternoon. But during this time with the lake effect snow, it is going to be snowing over portions of northern New York, over toward the northern Adirondacks, and again as you get into St. Lawrence County. As a matter of fact, we're looking ahead with Futurecast here. This is 1:30 in the morning, and this model is setting up a lake effect snow band right here, and that's going to take it right over the areas that I'm talking about and even into Canada. So let's take you right through the overnight. Here we are at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the band has shifted south. We'll see if this verifies, but certainly we're going to see lake effect snow coming off of Lake Ontario and getting into parts of the Adirondacks, maybe even making it into Vermont. But there are your chances for a few snow showers here and there. And again, lake effect snow by later in the afternoon, and then tomorrow night kind of wavering up and then coming on down to the south. Then Thursday, still the chance for some snow showers around. Now, big biggie, by Thursday into Friday, it is going to get very, very cold around here. We do clear that night. And while Friday is going to be a good looking day, starts at around 0 in the morning, temperatures coming up into the teens, and that is the best we're going to do. A little bit of light snow. We're seeing that tonight in snow showers. Cool, yeah, 25 degrees, that's your low temperature. Here comes your tomorrow. Best chances for snow showers around the Champlain Valley. Going to be in the afternoon. I think some lake effect snow toward the northern Adirondacks, parts of St. Lawrence County, probably getting into Franklin County, northern New York as well over here. 24 for a high for you guys over in the St. Lawrence Valley. 29 Burlington, 28 degrees. That is Plattsburgh. We'll call it 29 in Lebanon. Okay, get ready for the cold stuff. 29, we could do that, to 14 tomorrow night. Okay. Well, some snow showers on Thursday, the high 18. That night we're going down near 0. That's in the Champlain Valley. You get away from Lake Champlain, it's going to be colder. That's why we put the word cold there on Friday, 13 degrees. Some light snow around on Saturday, 31. And then I think that snow mixing with some rain later that night and also into Sunday when it's going to be 39 degrees. Monday, Tuesday, partly sunny. 20 will do you on Monday, Tuesday, the high 28.